Hey there, boaters. I'm Stacey Hanrahan, and welcome to Wednesday's episode of Boaters TV. First up, our captain's caption photo was provided by Thomas Allen. We'll reveal the caption of the day at the end of the show. Coming up in Did You Know? The small vessel security threat in this week's Mad Mariner Report. The possibility of a terrorist attack on a major U.S. port launched from a recreational boat or small commercial vessel is a very real threat. Mad Mariner's Captain Art Pine wrote an article on what the government is doing about it and why they aren't doing more. The Coast Guard admits the small boat security threat is a serious gap in our nation's defenses against terrorist attacks. There are currently more than 20 million recreational boats and small commercial vessels in the U.S., none of which require a license to operate, unless, of course, they're carrying paying passengers. These vessels could be used as vehicles for bombs or as missile launching platforms. At the National Small Vessel Security Summit last June, Coast Guard Commandant Thad Allen's ideas for tightening security for small vessels received limited to no support. Many industry groups say requiring vessel owners to obtain licenses and photo ID cards would violate their privacy. And they also argue that requiring a small boat to carry transponders would put an expensive burden on the owner. The small vessel security threat is one of the main reasons my husband and I joined the Coast Guard Auxiliary. The more eyes out there, the better. And you can help by participating in the America's Waterways Watch program. Identify suspicious activity on the water and report it to Homeland Security officials. While talks are ongoing between government officials and industry interest groups, major security changes appear to be far off in the future. I'm all for boaters' privacy, but at the same time hope it doesn't take a 9/11 type event to happen before something more is done to secure our waterways and ports. To read Captain Art's entire article, go to www.madmariner.com. Now, in Just for the Hell of It, meet a lucky puppy. A puppy that spent more than 3 months adrift a 48-foot boat, then was shipwrecked on a small island in the Pacific, has been rescued. Norwegian Cruise Line's Pride of Aloha brought Snickers, a brown and white Cocker Spaniel, to Honolulu earlier this month, ending a saga that began when he was only weeks old. A couple from San Francisco had spent 95 days adrift in the Pacific Ocean with Snickers and their pet macaw, Gulliver, before hitting a reef just off Fanning Island in December. 2 weeks later, the couple got a ride home by a cargo vessel that couldn't allow the pets on board. So Snickers and Gulliver were abandoned on an island where animals are left to fend for themselves or they're considered food. Lucky for Snickers, a Las Vegas man read about his ordeal in the sailing magazine Latitude 38. And with the help of the Hawaiian Humane Society and the Pride of Aloha, Snickers is back safe in the U.S. Gulliver is still awaiting his rescue, but don't worry, there are a lot of kind animal lovers out there working on it. Next up in nautical news, Rubble may become Reef. Once construction of the new Interstate 10 bridge over Eastern Lake Pontchartrain is completed, the existing twin spans will be demolished, leaving the question of what to do with the rubble. The Coastal Conservation Association of Louisiana believes it has the answer. They want the rubble to be used to create 2 artificial reefs that will attract more fish and other marine life to the area. The reefs would each be 1 acre long and would require 2,000 linear feet of concrete from one of the spans. CCA Louisiana has presented its reef proposal to the State Transportation Department and has partnered with NOAA on the project. Other ideas for the rubble have been presented to the state, including the suggestion of a fishing pier by St. Tammany Parish officials. They say a fishing pier would go hand in hand with the reef proposal and give the local residents a public place to fish. While the Rubble to Reef project would be new to Louisiana, artificial reefs made from concrete can be found in other places in the U.S. The construction of 4 artificial reefs in Chesapeake Bay, made from the rubble of an old Potomac River bridge, will be complete this summer. For more on CCA Louisiana and its projects, go to www.ccalouisiana.com. Now it's time to reveal Stacey's TheBoaters.com Sealebrity profile pick of the day, which is Captain John Nuttall and his previous 33-foot X-boat, Extreme. John has been sailing for more than 50 years. He has even raced sailboats around the UK and Ireland. Recently, John and his family chartered a catamaran in St. Lucia. Welcome to the Boaters and congrats on your Sealebrity status. And finally today, the Captain's caption of the day is, I think I'm seasick. Submitted by Captain Max. And that'll do it for this episode of The Boaters TV. See you back here on Friday.